Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have your hot cup of coffee ready because you are in for a beautiful, special Lumary treat. Looking absolutely fantastic. We're gonna have to back the camera up for this one. Smart UFO LED high bay light, 150 watt, 22,000 LM. We can go from 2700K warm white to 6500K cool light, and these are gonna replace these ugly fluorescent nasty tube lights and hopefully lower my energy cost. But the lights are IP65 rated, which is absolutely fantastic. And this right here, you're like, Chris, what in the world is that? That's not a light. This is the smart hub, which connects to Wi-Fi so that we can have our shop lights connected to Wi-Fi. It's very simple, small little device as we can see here. So it does need to be plugged in, I believe. I don't believe it's rechargeable. I think it has to stay continuously plugged in, which you do have a wall adapter and a USB to micro USB cable cord length of about 3 feet or so. Little instruction manual about how to connect it and pair it. Okay, let's see what each box contains here. Again, they are IP65 waterproof rated, and each box is the exact same. You have your little instruction manual. I've already hung up one. I'll show you here in a second. You also do have a remote control. The light here we're going to look at in just a second. A Bluetooth module and a hanging clip right here that screws in the back, and then you screw that in, whatever you're clipping it into there. Now again, I'm in my very dirty shop right now. Not at my unboxing table, but you guys will get the idea here. So here is the UFO light right here. You have all the different LEDs inside of it here, and then very high-end metal UFO construction here. Everything is dialed in just beautifully. Looks like you have a waterproof plug or a fuse in this area here with your 3-prong plug right here. Now the cord length is 5.9 feet, but the instructions say that you actually can hardwire this in. And I did remove this little cap right here. So unscrewing it here, you do have some wires connected in here, as we can see. Your ground, black and hot, neutral. And that is waterproof rated, as you can see here with a nice little O-ring right here. So if you know what you're doing, you definitely can hardwire this in, which I will probably be doing later down the road. Let me show you my shop right now. So I have the long fluorescent, and you can actually hear a hum. I've hung up my first UFO light right over here, and right now it's more of a bluer color, so we're gonna knock that down to a more warmer color that I prefer. But right now I'm just running an electrical cord, an extension cord, over to the light, and then I hung up on the conduit there. I do have 4 of these lights, so I'm gonna show you a 2-light application in here. We'll cut the lights and of course get some nighttime shots to see how it looks, and then I'll show you in a more like shed or smaller garage type of a installation as well. So definitely watch the whole entire video through. So again, you have a 3-prong plug. So either I'll hardwire these in to the direct conduit and replace the fluorescent lights, or what I'll do is the previous owner of this property has these boxes that are covered up that are shooting the lines to different areas. So I'll get in there and put in an outlet next to it or something like that. Haven't figured that out quite yet, but again, options are good. Once again, here is our smart connection box here. We're gonna rig all this up. Now, of course, if you do buy more, each one does come with a remote control, so I have 4 of them. That's a lot of remote controls, and then the smart device will let me turn these on or off with a smart device, Amazon Alexa or Google Home. Now, this, again, is where you thread this on here, and then you tighten it down after you're done fully threading here. And then again, you have your little clip on the top. And then, so what I do is I put that clip around the conduit where it's nice and strong, tighten that up. And then the Bluetooth module here, we flip the light over, and it's a very simple install for this. So right here in the dead middle, this loosens up right here. Remove that little insert right there. Then you take your Bluetooth module. So after scratching my head thinking it was the batteries, so you see this little tab right here? So as you can see inside of it, you'll see some prongs, and you're like, what in the world? Why isn't it flashing going into pairing mode? Well, because you skipped a step and the directions are a little bit unclear. So there is the golden prong underneath. So, dun dun dun. Directions don't say anything about that. Take that off, then you screw that in like that. Now it will screw in properly, and just a little heads up, that is definitely warm to the touch. The top lid here, let me see, yep, up here as well. That's not warm, that's hot. That's not like burning my hands. The clip is a little warm as well, so definitely put that in an area like I have here, nice and open. But again, hot to the touch up here. And this is hot to the touch as well. I just literally turned it off about 2 minutes ago. So just a little heads up about that. And I tested it on one way down over there. So now, unfortunately, I got to get my ladder, put it all the way back over there again, and climb up and get that one. This is what they should be doing after you connect it like it should. You'll get a pulsation of flashing. And now we'll go inside the app here and hit our add device, and it will automatically sense it because it is in pairing mode here. Also make sure that your router is on 2.4 gigahertz, not 5 gigahertz. My smart mesh system, I actually can toggle it between one or the other. So I put it over to 2.4 just in case. Some automatically do that, but it will go ahead and discover the devices, connecting to them right there. That's how it should do it. So I'm here to save you a little bit of frustration. I like it already. So now that they are discovered, they go from a blue, they're still flashing actually, but oh, I like the warmer so much better than the blue. So now we're gonna tap add, and this area right here after they have been added, so you'll get this little scroll wheel that's gonna go around. They'll be added, and then you can name them whatever you want within the app here. And what's nice about that, again, with it's over there now, the gateway, I can control them. Let's say I forget to turn off the lights, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to walk, which I've done it before. I've had to go all the way out to the shop around midnight, and I was already in bed, and I was like, goodness gracious. So when you can turn them off remotely with your smart device, game changer. Okay, they have now initiated here. So now you hit this little pencil button here, and I can go ahead and rename it. So I'll just name it Shop Light Middle Left if I'm looking at the shop for application, and then hit done. And the reason I name them that is because in my future theater room, I have other Lumary lights, and sometimes you want to control them for the glare. All right, so as you can see, both lights are on, so of course you can control it in the app. And if you make a mistake like I did, where I named them wrong, that's the left, that's the right. Easily change the name, but as you can see now, they're both off. And now they're both on. So you don't have to have the gateway if you don't want to. That's only with speech, but you can use your app, of course, to do that as well. So you can see all my different Lumary devices. Definitely look into their backyard lights, entryway lights, and of course the pot lights, super thin. But let's go ahead and click on this, and we'll get some nighttime shots. Don't you worry about that, but all depends upon your internet as well. I'm kind of out here in the sticks with my mesh system, so sometimes this does take a second to get into the actual device, but you guys in the city with your fiber optic super speeds won't have an issue with it. Good news is I paired one inside the house. Now I'm coming back here to pair the other two. That one is off right now, that one is on. So directions again are a little bit unclear. It might just be my reading capability, but I'm gonna help you out here. I didn't see any other information regarding pairing the remote control. So if you have an outlet like this without a switch, it's a lot easier with a switch. If you have it plugged in like this, we actually have to unplug it. And then as we unplug the extension cord, we're gonna look up there and there's a little green light on the Bluetooth module. Once that turns off, we're gonna plug it back in, and you have to hit the pair button for 1 whole second within 30 seconds because it'll be in pair mode, and then the light will actually blink. Now they do have to be paired in the app before we are able to do this. It's taken me a little while to figure this out. Now, second thing is the remote control. I tried one other remote control on the interior one on the inside of my house. It looks like, unfortunately, every light needs its own remote control. So if you have a shop like this with many, many lights, let's say, just use the app because you're going to fumble through 4 to 8 different remote controls. It's a shame that one remote control doesn't do them all, but again, these are individually controlled. That's why they have them. So could be a pro, could be a con, letting you know. I don't know which one's which because I've took them out of the box at the same time. So let's go ahead and give it a go. All right, so we're gonna unplug the light, and that little module goes out pretty quickly from green to nothing because it is disconnected. If you have a switch that powers on the light, like let's say a power strip or something like that, same method applies. Or a house switch that once you push the switch, then it juices up the receptacle box. But again, same method applies. Most of you will have an extension cord like this. So let's go ahead and show you. Now we're gonna plug it back in. Light will turn back on. And I don't know which one is which. We're gonna figure it out. We're going to hit the middle pair button here. Hold it down for 1,000. Okay, that was the right remote control. So you saw it blink a little bit there. Now we should be able to function it. It's capable. There's your green light. So that's going to be the one turning off when you're doing the directions, just like I stated. You can do it within 50 feet. All right, just for simplicity's sake, I don't think we bind to this now. Potentially we could bind both remote controls, or does the other one take over? See, that's not working for this. Let's just out of curiosity, let's see if we can bind both of them. That way you only have one remote control. All right, same method applies. Turning it off. I can't get to the light quick enough to show you the green light going off, but that is what we look at right now. Back in, plugging it back in, and let's see if we can bind two remote controls to the same light. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, doesn't look like it. Because they're each individually controlled, I guess. So let's try that. Okay, so that remote control works. I'm gonna get, let's see, it says 50 feet. Yeah, okay, whoop, hold on. There we go. So you can't really hold it down, or yeah, if you hold it down, you kind of have to just hit it very quickly. And let's see if it kind of, if I can point it off to the left. Okay, good, very nice. So again, just hit it once and it lights up there. Now I've changed it in the app to the warm color. We're gonna look at the app here in just a second. This is more of a helping video / review video. Quick dimmer. Are we already on 50%? Let's try 100%. There we go. Okay. I guess we were. Okay, with that, you actually have to hold it down. So now I'm holding down 100%. Let's hold down 3,500K. Holding down 5,000K. 10%. Nice dim light there. Holding down 100%. And then a quick poke for off. And then if it's on and it's 100%, then you can use your remote control for the negative Ks or plus Ks, meaning that it'll go more blue, as we just saw. Negative K will go more warm. I like the warms. That might be a little too warm for me, but look at that, one light lighting up my whole entire area right here, as it is starting to get a little bit darker in the shop. See, that's a little too blue for me, more natural light. I like a nice little warm tone like that, especially I need to hang back up my punching bag here. But okay, good. Remote control is working, but it looks like every single light is paired with its own remote control. So what I'm gonna have to do is put a sticker on there or just point all the remote controls until I figure out which one's which. Because this is a review video, I've checked batteries, I've checked different outlets, and unfortunately I can't get, and I definitely have triple checked remote controls. So my two other ones are working completely fine with remote controls. I just can't get this one to pair for some oddball reason. So just letting you know about that. Again, triple checked, made sure I had the right remote, changed out the batteries, changed out the receptacle, and I'm just not getting the remote control to bind to this particular one right here. In my case, I'll just be using mostly probably just the app to turn off the lights anyway, after I'm done working out or working in the shop. But again, I probably will be hard lining these in anyway, so it's really no harm, no foul in my personal circumstance, but just letting you know once again. That's going to look really nice at nighttime here. So I do have the shop light above me now, which is very bright, by the way, when you're right underneath it, but of course you can dim that. So let's look at this one here, and I'll be using my app for this particular purpose. So again, you can toggle it off right here. You could go back and toggle it off from your main menu right here. So let's go back on. You have your favorites right here in the middle. So we go more of here. Let me click the one above me off so we can see a little bit better here. So I have your favorites right in the middle. That's more of a 50% kind of a neutral. And then we're at 100% on, I believe, the 5700K. As you can see from our scroll wheels now going all the way over here. But again, move that scroll wheel all the way back over here like that. And now we're warm and beautiful. As you can see, one light casting a lot of light all around my area here. So let me show you here. Here is no light. The one above me is now off. And then this one, of course, right here. And there's kind of a dark portion with no lights. And then one light right here. Of course, dimmable here. Let's kick that down to 45%. I'm going to go live right here with you. Back up to 100. Let's go down to 15. Back up to 56. And back up to 100 here. And of course, you can add some other favorites if you like more of a neutral, middle, whatever you want. save that as duplicate cover, confirm. And then down here in the bottom of the app is going to be your timing. So let's say this is great for vacation mode, etc. Or just if you're working and you forget, it automatically goes on or off. So that is a great little feature within the app as well. Okay, folks, let's look at the shop at nighttime. Looking absolutely fantastic. Let me go ahead and do a little zoom, or I should say a de-zoom, so you can see how dark it is here. Okay, that is just 2 lights. This is a 2,400 square foot shop. It's a 40 by 60. With right in the middle, I want to say 14, maybe 15 foot. I think that's a 12-foot ladder. If that's a 12-foot ladder, then even higher than that. That might be a 20-foot at the very pitch. I'm not exactly sure. Anywho, the warm color I really like, once again. So let me show you the difference here. So let me go ahead and click on those right there. Obviously, that will give more light because there's more fluorescence, but let me go ahead and tap. And as you can see there, just not very welcoming, not very warm. And sure, I'm probably getting a little bit more light in the edges over here. Now, again, let's go ahead and click back on my lights here and turn that off. And again, that just looks more, at least with the naked eye, and I think on camera as well. But look at over here on this side. That light is literally lighting up exactly what those fluorescents were doing, and I only have 2 LEDs up there. So if I put 2 LEDs per row, I have 4 of them. If I put 2 more here and 2 more in the back, because right now the shop is on a 3-light system. I just hit 1, there's 2, and then there's 1 above me right there. So obviously that's a lot of light, but that's also going to cost you. And I'm going to be quiet for a second. Can you hear the hum? I can hear the hum. And just looking at these compared to my warm ones, I like the warm a lot better. All right, let me go ahead and cut these off now, as you can see there. So what I'll probably wind up doing is putting 6 in here, and I think that would be absolutely sufficient. If you really wanted to, you could do 9 of them, so 3 for this large of a space. But for your 3-car, 2-car garages, oh man, 2 would be definitely sufficient. For a 2-car garage, I think you can get away with even just 1. Now, let me show you the difference between about just 1. So again, each individually controlled. That's what I do like about these as well. Typically what I do is, my punching bag fell on the ground here, but typically what I do is I just kick on the middle section and I box at night, etc., and I'm not wasting too much electricity. But if I want even more privacy, now I could set that up because my gym is going to go on that wall. And look at how much light for 1 light. That is on the maximum brightness, as well as the other one. But let's say you wanted to have a little bit of mood lighting, right? Let's go ahead and kick that down to 44%. Let's go ahead and go over to the other one, and we'll turn that off. Now, what's also good is I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. So now we're pitch black. Goodness gracious, that's dark. And then we turn it back on, and it automatically goes back on to where I left it at whatever dimness you left it at. So again, if you're trying to have a little mood lighting, if you have your man cave, your theater, your shop, or if you just want added security, now we're back up to 100%. Within the app, like if you're going on vacation, pop the lights on if you're a little bit worried about it, but I think they look absolutely fantastic. So this is what the lights look like when they are off. You will see the green hue on the Bluetooth module. Let me zoom into that, as you can see there. So now for you folks that love the blue colors, now we're looking at the all the way to the right. If you like that hyper white color, now we're going to flip it over to the middle, which is more of a neutral. And then now we're going to flip it back again to the warmest. So you can see the different presets right through here on the top again, but mess around with your scroll wheel. I like what I'm seeing. And I know you're curious, so here is kind of right in the middle of the shop here. Beautiful, plenty of light. That's where I was standing, over in the dark corner over here. And panning around over here to this side. Okay, so what I did in this case, I'm going to have to do it to the other ones. This is why, again, reading directions is, I keep telling you that. So I held down reset after it was already paired, already good to go. So if you've made a mistake, or if you've purchased the smart hub after the fact. So right now I have the smart hub around the corner here in the bathroom just for video purposes. And then that light is very bright. And I just realized, because I'm in my full remodel, obviously because I don't have a floor, and this is what my kitchen looks like. That right there could be a beautiful light to display if you don't have electricity in certain locations of your remodel. Just bring in a long extension cord and that thing would light up your construction project area. That's super bright. Anywho, back to this. So after pairing the gateway hub to my Lumary app in pairing mode, so you have to put it back in pairing mode, it'll start, breathing, flashing, and then I added it to my gateway hub, which is right here, Shop Lights Hub right here. And here we see it right here, that it's paired in here. We have to make sure my Amazon app is linked up to this, and then I'll be able to say whatever the name is, turn off, and it'll turn off. Turn off bright light. Alrighty, beautiful. Okay, it was super easy to pair within the app because I already have all my Lumary items already paired up in the Alexa app. I've already previously done that. So if you already have other Lumary lights, again, super, super easy. Turn on bright light. That's what I named it in the app. And beautiful, okay? So I can turn it off and on with speech. But in order to do that, once again, you have to have the gateway hub. So again, I'll link both of those in the description box below. The cord length is not very long for it, again, but you do get a power hub, but you could simply just buy a super long USB to micro USB cable if you needed extra cord length. Alrighty, now we are in kind of a derelict shed that's been standing on the property for quite some time, but I mean, it does work. It is waterproof for my snow blower. I can fit my riding lawnmower in here, etc. This is what I have in here right now. Two very dim fluorescent lights. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the door behind me so you can kind of see a little bit better, but this would be a smaller application. So this is what you get. It does look a lot brighter on camera than it is in real life just because of the light density with this particular camera. Now let's go ahead and cut off the fluorescent lights and turn on the Lumary. All right, this is one light shining down on the blue color, I like to call it. And again, a lot less bulky. You don't have to worry with fluorescent bulbs. And to be honest with you, I was removing the fluorescent bulbs, accidentally dropped it and broke a tube. That's why I like LEDs better. Now coming over here to a more warmer, inviting space, and the neutral in the middle color here. So once again, just giving you a couple different options for a smaller enclosed shed area or a larger shop like I've already shown you. So let me show you if you have wired it in to your receptacle up here. So I have a light switch right here. So this, if I power it off, it will kill the receptacle. And if I power it on, it will light up the receptacle. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I turn it off, 1, 2, 3, turning off, 1, 2, 3, turning on. So you can see instantly how fast it's speed of light. The receptacle fires up and these automatically fire up. There's no delay, which is absolutely fantastic. Let me show you one more time. Switch off, switch on. So again, if you wire them like this, you can keep your plug and they are very, very fast. I like what I'm seeing. Now I just got to get more of these because I don't think I want to take this one out and put it in my shop because this does give great light for this little shed. Overall, I think the lights work fantastically. A little bit of a user error with the remote control on my end, but if you want to get your hands on this, once again, top link in the description box below will be these exact same UFO high bay lights, where you guys can read more about them and pick them up yourself. But just like all my videos, please don't go into debt for anything that I do make a video about. But if you do have the cash and it does intrigue you, go ahead and purchase on away. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button on the way out, helps the channel. Also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Once again, top link in the description box below. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Don't let the party stop, guys. Hit one of these videos, continue to watch, and we'll see you soon.